It's going in. It's going in. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Westen. How are you guys doing today? And have you guys missed me? I know, I have not been around. You haven't seen no videos and you guys are just itching to see me again. Well, I'll tell you, I've been kind of sick. I've had a cough that could kill a grizzly bear, and I had to go down there to the old people mechanic, and she told me, she's like, well, you've got pneumonia. And she wanted to stick me in the hospital, so I told her, you know, dear, we can't do that. I've got projects to finish. I've got Cummins to make run. We can't go to the hospital. She's like, all right, take this antibiotic and get to feeling better. So I have pretty much laid around for about a week and not got a thing done. I mean, not a thing. I just barely got the yard mowed today. So I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm feeling pretty good. And I think it's about time that we get this old Cummins put together. What do you guys think? I think so. Let's do it. So brief recap on what we need to do. Now, the Ford pickup is pretty much ready for the Cummins to go in. We do have to pull the motor mounts out of the cross member, but besides for that, it's pretty much ready. The engine is a little bit different story. Like I said, I've been sick, so I haven't had a chance to do anything to this. It's just been sitting here on the floor just waiting for me to come back to it. She's loyal, don't worry. So our goal for the engine is we're gonna try to get it in the truck in this video. Now, we're not gonna try to make a lot of power with it or anything like that for right now. We just wanna get it in there, get it running, and make sure we get all of our small issues worked out. After we get done with that, after we make sure the transmission works, because, you know, obviously, I'm still dying of pneumonia. Obviously, I've never driven that truck over there, so I don't know if the transmission works. I don't know nothing like that. So let's try to make sure all that works to begin with. So, we're gonna have to take and start putting some of our aftermarket parts on, get our nice and shininess out. That looks like a B, but that's okay. We're gonna put our adapter plate on, our flex plate, some motor mounts, and I think we're gonna try to get this thing put in there. It shouldn't give us a much issue, but I am here by myself, so it's gonna be kind of difficult, but I think I can get it done. So, live Cummins. Look at that, there's a crack in Bob's window. Bob is back. Back again. She is back. Tell your friends. I'm gonna say that, now she's not gonna start. She doesn't disappoint. She's a heavy lifter around here, she really is. But look at this. You know, all them power guys and all them Cummins guys and all diesel guys in general, they want something that rolls cold. They don't have any more trucks that'll roll more coal than my loader. Where it comes down, that's called the sump, and that is in the front, and it needs to be in the back because right there is where the front differential is in the pickup over there. So we got to take and put that in the back, and that oil hand will just take it, unbolt, and spin all the way around and bolt right back. Otherwise, long story short, otherwise it won't fit. So we got to turn it around so it will fit, and we got to put a different pickup tube on the oil pump, and then after we do that, we'll put a new gasket maker on it, put it back up there, let it dry. We'll start putting some of our other parts on it and get it put in the pickup. And this has got a magnetic drain plug on it. It's got a couple things on it, but it's really pretty clean. We'll know when we take this oil pan off exactly what the inside of the engine looks like, but I bet it's pretty good. And that's a magnetic drain plug, see that? See how it sticks to the side of the motor?
Alright, that's all the drain.
Advantage of magnetic drain plug, you can just set it wherever. Drop this thing probably.
Got it.
Oop. No, there's a gasket on it. Oh, there we go. Got her. It did actually have a gasket on it. I didn't think it had a gasket, but it had gasket and Permatex or RTV, whatever you want to call it. So they wanted to make sure that this Cummins wasn't leaking in it. Which I can't say I argue with any of that water.
How's she look?
It looks like brand new. I mean, literally brand new. Look at it. Like, get in there. Look at that. I wish I had an engine stand right now that I could put this on. That way I could turn it upside down and you guys could see it. But I guess Bob will have to work. Looks really good. This motor was taken very good care of. So now we're going to take off the pickup tube because we got to put a different one on for it to put the sump. See how it sucks oil from up here? We need to suck oil from back there. So this pickup tube ain't going to do us good. It's kind of funny, see how they kind of do all this goddamn zigzagging instead of just straight down. And there, it's off. So we'll take and put our new one back on and put it back together. I'll just start that bolt to hold it.
What are we having for dinner?
That's a good question. That's what we need to figure out. That's the important things that need to be asked right now. What's for dinner?
Grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken? Who wants grilled chicken? Who like goes into Kentucky Fried Chicken? Hey, I want some grilled chicken.
Man on a diet.
I don't like diets. Basically everything's out of our way in here. I went ahead and pulled the old motor mounts out of the cross member of this truck. So let me go grab our new motor mounts. Let's throw them in here. They're a two-piece mount. There's a mount that bolts to the engine, then there's a part that bolts to the cross member, and then they bolt in the middle with an isolator. And we need to bolt in our bottom part so the ones on the engine got something to set on. Let me go grab them. I come bearing goodies. Woo, that's a heavy box. So here is our beautiful motor mounts. These are the DCS, diesel conversion specialist mounts. And this one here, look at this, they give you a sticker. A lot of them, they don't even tell you, or they got it engraved really small or something, but they actually tell us which way is up, which is a good thing to know because I need to know which way I'm going, and tell us which side we're going on. My cameraman's in the middle of dying, but I think he's over it now, so we're good. Okay, so it's got an arrow going up, tells us which side it goes on, and pull our little sticker off there. Let's just set it up there. Looks like it'll fit. For the driver's side mount is a little bit different. It's a kind of a flared Allen head bolt that kind of it's recessed down into the mount a little bit. The rest of them are just these standard bolts. Now we will be using our factory Ford nuts that go on the bottom because Ford knew what they were doing. They put nuts in these trucks. So let's try to throw this thing together and see how it works. There's one. There's two. I lost my hat! Somebody decided we needed our last engine hoist we had, so we had to go get us a new one. Down you go. Stop. But there is an advantage. This one here doesn't have a pair of vice grips on the side of it to let it down. A lot of you might be wondering why we're not using Bob to put the motor in. The reason for that is Bob is noisy and hard to hear each other, and you can't really do really minute adjustments, which you need to do when you're putting a motor in. So where you have a hoist like this, where you can let it down slow and kind of wiggle things around a lot easier, it's a lot better for putting a motor in, especially for a truck that you care about. Now, if it's something you're just pulling a motor out of, Bob's a really good motor puller, but not really a good motor installer. All right, so basically I got out my old precision tool here, which is my angle grinder with a grinding blade on it, and I need to grind a little bit of this block here so our 6.4 liter Power Stroke starter will fit. Now we got to use our 6.4 starter to start this beast once she's in the pickup, and to make it fit, we've got to grind just about that much off. So let's do it. On it. Right. Alright, so we got the angle grinder out and trimmed off the little corner of the block there, along with, we had to trim off a little bit on that bolt hole. And the reason for that is our 6.4 starter is going to sit right there. And it says in the instruction manual, wherever I put it, I think it's over there on that table or something, that we have to take and trim that off for the starter to fit right, not to hit the block. So we got that trimmed off there. We're going to go grab our adapter plate real quick, throw it on there, probably along with our starter, make sure our starter and everything fits up. That way we don't get it in the truck and have a problem with our starter not fitting and have to pull the motor back out. Or have to try to grind this while it's in the truck. So let's go grab our adapter plate, make sure it fits. Look at this, this is the shiniest piece of parts we've ever had in this garage. I think this is billet aluminum, I don't know, but it's light, but it's really good. Huh. I guess we're gonna see how good it fits, but this is from Diesel Conversion Specialist, DCS. And right here, this part right here is the reason we had to trim. Is that hot? No, it's not bad. The reason we had to trim this block right here, because our 6.4 starter bolts up to it. So, this is the first time I've tried to put this on here. Let's see how it goes. All right, so we got our beautiful adapter plate on there. It's just sitting on the dowel pins. None of the bolts are actually in it, but we, let's see how good a job we did on clearance in it. You can see right there where we trimmed that ear off. If we wouldn't have had it, it would have hit right here. And where we trimmed this up here, everything is good. We might have trimmed a little bit too much, but that ain't gonna hurt nothing. We're not nowhere near close to the threads on them bolt holes. So let's put some bolts in and see how it works. So some of you might be wondering, what is this shiny silver thing on the back of the motor that we just put on? And this is our adapter plate. Now all Cummins come with these, and the reason for that is Cummins are kind of a modular design motor, or engine, what I call them motors, but anyway, whatever. So from the factory, say you buy a Dodge pickup or something, they always have an adapter plate bolted to the back of it so they can change out the bell housing. So what's really nice about that is this had a bell housing for an Allison on the back. We just unbolted that, and then we bolted this adapter plate on there, which this is now a bell housing adapter for our 5R110 transmission that's in our Ford. And the reason, I've seen a lot of comments, people asking why we're using the 5R110 and not the Allison that came out of the medium duty truck. And the reason for that is that Allison's not really the Allison you'd want to use in a pickup. If I remember right, that's an A545 Allison, and they're 4-speed trans, no walk-up converter. They're just not that great for pickup use. For medium duty applications, they're okay, but for the pickup, they're just not working that well. The other thing is, if we'd put the Allison in, we'd have to worry about trying to put a transfer case on the back of it to make the four-wheel drive work and all of that good jazz. It's just a lot easier to use the 5R110 that's in the truck, and DCS has really great ways of tuning the 5R110 to make it work really well behind the Cummins. So that is definitely the way to go, especially if you're doing anything like this. Today, we're using the real professional method. I think these are supposed to be torqued to 4 ugga-duggas. Yeah, that kind of seems about right.
Most I heard was 2 ugga-uggas. Maybe 3.
Yeah, I know. I am joking. I'm just using them to tighten them down. I'm gonna come back with a torque wrench and torque them. Bros, you even flex? We got our flex plate here. And look at it, it's gorgeous. God dang it, fly, leave me alone. What are flies attracted to again? I didn't think I smelled that bad. Anyway, I set this on the front of our torque converter out there on our 5R110. It fit up there beautifully. Sometimes this little pilot bearing will get a little bit of rust on it on the front of that torque converter and it won't fit up right, but ours fit perfect. We didn't have no issue with that. They sent us some bolts to bolt it in, which was really nice of them. So, let's bolt it on and see how it looks. Who else is super excited to see this thing run? I am. I'm 100% excited. Like, I'm more excited about this project than I've been about any project. I've actually got some projects in the future we're planning too that I'm really excited about. But you guys will just have to subscribe and see them when they come. Come on, get in there. Man, I sure hear something loud coming. Do you hear that? What is that? Them are Blackhawks. Come down there and help us with this Cummins! We need help! Come on, I need somebody to lift this motor! I don't know if it shows it very good in the video, but it's kind of funny just seeing 3 Blackhawks just fly right over the top of the shop. And we get Blackhawks and Chinooks and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of helicopters flying from here to... I think they're coming from Wichita to Tulsa. I don't know. And I think that's just kind of the way they fly. So we got those Super D in here from the assistant of Bob, of course. She says you're welcome. She's good. She's a loyal girl. She kind of smokes more than a Banshee, but that's okay. So... what have we got done? We've got motor ripped out of F700, motor ripped out of Super D. We got motor mounts, adapter plate, flex plate, seals put in the front and back. It's painted. Well, most of it is. I forgot about that part, but that's okay. Pulled a bunch of junk off of it, and I went and got dinner. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the motor, but I was hungry, so I'm feeling much better. And so we got the motor turned around. That way we're facing the right direction now. It helps a lot better if you get the back side of the motor. Beyonce is calling at this hour. You know what that means she wants? Cuddle buddy. I'll have to call her back. We've got Cummins going. Yeah, she heard. It's almost time for another video. And you know what? It's pretty much ready to go in. We got motor mounts on it, adapter plate. I did pull out the battery charger and check the starter. We didn't have enough power to turn it over, but it is kicking out like it's supposed to, so I think it's probably going to be fine. If it's not, I can always pull the starter out later and put another starter in it, so we don't have no problem there. So, everything's out of our way. There's a hole there that needs a Cummins, and here's a Cummins that could fill a hole. That didn't sound right. But anyway, we're going to do this.
Don't you think you should get it right in the middle between them two bolts?
I got it right in the middle of the hood, so if it's not lined up, there's something wrong.
You think so? Alright.
Alright, ready? Can you believe we're doing this? We're getting ready to put a Cummins in a Ford.
Honestly, that's kind of hard for me to believe.
It is hard for me to believe. I cannot. This has been my dream. It's going. It's going in. It's going in. Oh! Oh, we hit something.
Yeah, that'd be the firewall. We need to let it down a little bit.
Be nice to me. Oh, no.
What, you having trouble stopping it?
Can't stop it. Well, I guess it's installing itself.
Need to get pushed back in there further.
Well, that didn't go exactly to plan.
What's going on?
The lift decided that it didn't want to hold that no more. So it went in. As you could see, our little AC Delco engine hoist is giving it all it's got, and when I tried to tighten it back up, it did not want to hold, or I couldn't get it tightened back up tight enough for the little ram to hold the motor up. That, or the Lord just wanted this motor to go in so bad, he's like, no, you're not tightening it up, you're installing it now. So it's mostly in. It's kind of sitting on the engine mount purchase, but we are hitting the transmission. So we've got to go up with the transmission. It looks like the motor, I don't know. We probably need to go back with it more. But yeah, it looks like we're definitely gonna have to go back with it further, because right now the oil pan is sitting on the cross member. So let me get underneath there, see if I can get the jack and get that transmission raised up, and maybe get it slid onto the back of the motor, or get it raised up enough where we can get the motor slid back a little more.
Do I need to move the engine around? Like turn the engine over?
Yeah, go ahead.
Try to turn it the wrong direction, or does it matter?
No, it don't really matter. There we go. Now try it, jiggling it up and down a little bit. Alright, hold up. Come here. Yeah!
All flush.
Oh, yes, it's flush. I sure hope you caught that, GoPro. Because I ain't doing it again. And I'm gonna be so happy.
Right now, it just looks like I have a talking engine. Say something, Cummins.
Roar! I'm going to make bunches of power. I'm going to smoke a bunch. And I'm going to burn rubber. All right, I think that's where we're going to end this video. It started to rain. It's like 1:30 in the morning, so it's a little late. We did get the engine in. It is bolted to the transmission. Everything's bolted up on the bell housing. But we do have a small issue, and that is our oil pan is hitting the cross member underneath the engine. Now, I think that maybe when we move the transmission and engine back, because we still got to move it back 3 inches, that maybe it'll clear then, but it's still up in the air at this point. It's really close. If it does clear, and we're gonna have to make sure that when the engine torques down and gets a good load on it, that it's not hitting the cross member. So, that being said, the other thing I want to touch on is, like I said, I've been sick, so this has probably been the biggest gap I have had in uploading. It's been like 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video, but we're going to try to get this video out for you so you can see the update on the Cummins. I'm feeling a lot better, and I got a lot of content planned, a lot of projects coming up that I think you guys would love to see. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like the video, comment down below on what you think of our build so far, and we'll see you guys next time. Jabber you later.